Happy Halloween, you two. This is Mr. Duck and Bubbles, and this time I've got something a little more ambitious. I know it's been a while since my last video review, but I'm going to try to be a little ambitious by pulling out a four-figure review. Tonight, we're looking at already Hotshot, Generations Wheeljack, already RC, and Generations Skyshadow. So, first up is Hotshot. It's a retool of Bumblebee, but also more of a recolor. In fact, I've actually seen someone on TF 2005 make an Armada version, make a custom Hotshot that was an Armada homage, the Armada Hotshot. So it's pretty cool. I like the flames though on the front sides. It's pretty cool. Now, here are his weapons, which stack up on here. And if you want to recreate the display that was at the Toy Fair 2011, oh my god, this is just ridiculous. You got 8 barrels sticking at you. Sticking out at you. Hilarious. But in truth, some weapons can't even fit. So here we have our ERC's gun. Looks not too bad. Now the transformation is unfortunately simple because it's a simpler version of the original first edition figure. That reminds me. If they did make a first edition figure of this, it would look much better than this one. So to transform them, all you do, you just pull out the arms. I like to do that first. Put out the windows. And then pull out the top. Pull out the back wheels. Pull out the canopy. And this is the gimmick that I kind of like, actually. Push out the tires, and there you go. Separate the legs, and here you have Hotshot. Sorry, that's my little brother laughing. He's watching iCarly. God, I hate that show. We'll save the rants for another time. So anyway, the original Bumblebee figure had it racing higher up, but I don't mind it on this one. And I know what you're thinking. He looks kind of bug-eyed, but that's where his gimmick lies. You just flip up the visor, and there you go. Now he looks pretty good, actually, and I love the mean expression he's got. Also, but because of the lighting, the light piping's a little muddled. On the arms, he still has the 2 little holes. You can either hold them as blasters, but I like them how they do. But I prefer to do it the show style. This made the RID Bumblebee look way accurate. In fact, the original mold did this. And and here we, okay. And I brought a little something else. The dirge plasters can actually will fit on, no, I'm going to do it Seeker style. I'm going to give it a Seeker look. I'm wishing I had the Arms Micron figure because the blasters could then plug onto the doors. I really do like the red that they added in this, which is kind of cool. My only problem is that the shoulders feel rather limited. Ugh, God. It was really annoying. The head automorph was actually pretty annoying on the original Bumblebee, but on Hotshot it's not that bad. And I like leaving him like this. So, putting him off to the side. Love it, he's got wheels on him. And we're going to go for Generations Wheeljack. Now, I bought this at a Target. I bought this in one of my US trips along with Scourge. I was real excited when I found that Scourge figure. I'll review him another time. Wheeljack is, well, believe it or not, a retool of tracks. The RID track, no wait, Reveal the Shield. The RTS tracks, Turbo tracks. And he's got pretty good. I love the designs. I think this mold works for Wheeljack. And I gotta admit, the figure's pretty good. Love the G1 paint style. It actually kind of reminds me of G1 Wheeljack. And yes, you can see the windows. Well, the legs rows. Just hang on a sec. Sorry about that. Okay, anyway. I love the changes they did to this figure. First thing you'll notice is the front bumper, which is a little longer. Second are these tailpipes, which are his wrenches and robot. And the spoiler, on the original Trax figure, there was a flip-up piece that that you would connect the missiles to. Now, before I show the transformation, Wheeljack, well, there is one problem I have with it. These tiny little gaps here just make it a little hard. But it still looks good. So, actually, Wheeljack actually retains the flight mode from Trax. I'll show you. You just pull out the doors, flip out the wings, well, push back the hood. But unlike the Trax figure, these don't connect to the spoiler. They connect on these clips that they are used in vehicle mode. And here you have his flight mode. I gotta admit, it looks actually kind of cool. But if you really want to add some firepower, then I've got something else. These are from a Human Alliance Basic Class World. Now, I just have to attach these. And attach them here. And here we have Gatling Gun Wheeljack! Nice. But since I've already gotten part of the transformation done, let's continue from here. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry about that. Now the transformation is a little different than Trax. You flip up the hood, move his weapon, flip up the wheel parts, and flip up the fists, so this position. Okay, and handle that, push it there. Okay. Now, when you push up the hood, shoulders extend, and his head reveals. You extend the legs. Now, with the Trax figure, you turn it this way. With Wheeljack, it's this, with the actual feet becoming the heel spurs. Heels. Not a good idea. Now, just fold the wings upward. There we are. press that in. Now, I've got two ways with Wheeljack. You can either give him his wrenches, or you can give him the Gatling guns. But that's how I like it. That's how I like it. Okay. Adjust that, and here you have Wheeljack. Oh, and his little gun. And here we are. Now, when I first got this figure, I thought, when I first saw the video from Optibotimus, I thought, wow, that's actually pretty cool. And he looks very good. He's got a really good G1 head sculpt, and the light, with the lights down here, that light piping is really starting to show. Of course, I also have the RID Wheeljack figure, which I already viewed. And you remember I showed this as part of my comparison. I do like it. He's got, well, articulation. It's a little limited. You have his knees. And because of these parts on ball joints, move in and out. And he's got good arm articulation. Well, and of course with the 3mm clip system, it just looks pretty darn cool. And I gotta admit, it just looks pretty good. And adding these Gatling guns, wow. Now that just looks brutal. Moving him off to the side, next we're gonna, of course, these can be used, but I don't think so. Okay. Who's next? Ah, RC. Now she's a retool of, well, she's a different mold from the first edition one. You can see there's quite a bit of, well, the legs are different. Well, actually the same, except for these wheel pieces. What's different is that you can take these and combine them into a bayonet. And you can plug them onto either wheel. Ugh. Okay, that doesn't look very good. Personally, I prefer having this. But it would actually be good if I had two of these. I would actually have both of them nice, and that would really look actually kind of cool. It's not too bad. But one thing I found strange was, you know these pegs? First edition RC had them. And you know what? So does this one. There's also the Arms Micron one, but you don't see many Minicon ports. That's on this one until you open the wings. Speaking of which, the transformation is actually different than the first edition one. First you open up the wings, which looks kinda odd. Oh. And you gotta push out these parts. Pull up the shoulders. Give rotate the wheel back, and according to instructions it's supposed to be like this, but I leave it like this because it leaves more show accurate. Okay, but alright, now here's the cool part. Take the legs, pull them out. When you push the waist piece forward, her head extends, and this can lock in place. Now this kind of looks like Beast Machine's rat trap. Yuck, hated that design. So anyway, take the legs, and what's different about the legs is that they're not just split in two pieces like one's flying free. It's actually more integrated into the leg, which actually is kind of cool in its own ways. Ugh, excuse my annoying little brother. Now you just pull the arms like this, like that. Straighten around. And here you have, don't fall over, RID-RC. I like the design actually. She's actually a little shorter. And for comparison, with Hotshot, she stands just a little taller than the RID one, but I think she's shorter than the first edition one. I think. So anyway, I like the actual design of RC. This design's pretty good. I think the first edition version of it got it right. And speaking of which, the first edition figures are actually going to be re-released in November. Which was great. Speaking of which, check out that light piping. And with the RID figures, there's pupils molded into the plastic with the light piping. Nice idea. Yeah. And even if I cover it for a split second, when I take it away, there it is. I think maybe that's because the light piping's back here. Here there's not something blocking it. Awesome. Now I actually have seen a repaint of this figure. Well, a repaint of its Legion counterpart, Flame War. I don't know if we're gonna see it. And speaking of which, oh, forgot to flip this down. The you know the Beast Hunter series? Well, the toys are gonna look much more awesome. And now finally, hey, wait a minute. Where is that? Oh, there you are, Skyshadow. So, here's a Skyshadow. He's basically a retool of Thunderwing, of the Thunderwing. I love his design. It just looks so awesome, so sleek, and it's just dripping with evil. Now, his arms can be seen, but that can be fixed way easily. With these, his missile launchers. All you do is just plug them in to here. Oh, hang on a minute. And that just looks now way cool. Oh, pardon me. But he does have another feature. See this large piece? Well, you just wiggle it out. Come on. Don't break. There you go. Yeah, mine has a problem. One of the landing gears is way too loose. If I move it backwards, it's fine. Move forward, that happens. I hate it when that happens. So, here's his little drone. And by the way, this figure is a homage to the Black Shadow Pretender figure from Transformers. Was it, I believe, was it Super God Master Force? I don't know. So anyway, this is actually kind of cool, and it actually reminds me of the Mega Pretender figures. You know, the inner shell that transforms into this. And it's actually cool. Unfortunately, there's no place for this to go in robot mode. I don't actually have Thunderwing, but the color scheme... Oh, God. Don't get me started on... Where do I... Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, that. My missiles have a tendency to do that. Now for the color scheme. Where do I start? You've got mostly black, with some silver, some red, heck, even the 2 shades of gray work. Now, on Wheeljack and Skyshadow, I've actually added some... I've taken a fine black fine tip marker and added the detail. I think it makes a hell of a lot of difference. Alright, the transformation is actually pretty good, pretty impressive. First I land the gear. Then you'll want to fold down the tail fins. Of course, you'll want to remove the guns. There we are. Oh, that reminds me. I nearly forgot about RC's weapons. You got her blaster, which looks like it's transforming out of her arm. It's not bad, but I tried it on my other figures, and it looks like it's transformed. I think Hasbro hit the nail on the head with that gun. It looks like it's transformed out of the arm. But this isn't the first time that happened with a Prime figure. I think first edition Optimus and Bulkhead did this, and they're going to be re-released as well. So for all you Bulkhead and Prime hunters, be ready to save your pennies for those figures. Alright. And the blade looks actually pretty good. So going back to Skyshadow, fold down the tail. So I fold these out, which sway to form a cape. You detach these parts right here. Fold back the canopy. Fold this large piece down. Excuse me. Then you pull out the legs. Flip this down. And then you just fold out the feet. And here you have... Oh, fix this. Push that out. And here you have Skyshadow. Okay, remember when I said it was dripping with evil earlier? Well, this takes it to a whole new level. I mean, look at him. Look at all the details he's got. He's got that chest piece, the horned head sculpt to the way the wings sway to form a cape. Unbelievable. Just awesome. Articulation is pretty good. Now, unfortunately, I have a problem with one of the arms on my figure. Of course, if you don't... Well, I thought it was. Well, I had a problem. But I wish the waist could have connected to here somehow. I don't know, it's just me. Now, what about his guns? Well, like I said, this has nowhere to go in robot mode, so it's just stuck there. Now, with the guns, you gotta hold them normally. But here's a little trick that isn't it? You see these tabs here? Well, first you want to remove the missile so you don't shoot it off. And there you go. Oops. Doesn't always snap together. But but you'll just push this together. Steady. Now, it holds on a slant. So, alright. Alright. Now, you connect the gun. Come on. Okay, the gun's being fiddly. Well, the hand is. Darn it. Okay, that should do it. Position this. Now this is just plain. Oh man! Come on, don't fall apart. Don't fall. Don't fall apart on me. And unlike my two Seeker reviews, he's not pointing the guns at the camera. In fact, he's pointing them at an angle, which looks awesome. Alright. Here we have all together. Zoom in. Skyshadow. RC. Love the pose I did on her. There's a Wheeljack holding that gun. Oh, and hot shot. Wish I could have done a better pose. Alright. That should do it. Okay. So, if you're in... So overall, which one would I recommend? Well, Hot Shot I do like, but is only gonna get a I recommend him. RC, I give it a recommend. Yeah, I recommend it. As for Wheeljack and Skyshadow, you kidding me? Wheeljack gets a high both Wheeljack and Skyshadow get a strong recommendation this time around. So if you're into these figures, if you're into Generations, Fall of Cybertron, Robots in the Prime Robots in Disguise, or heck, even the first edition line, I'd say pick these guys up. Well, it was quite an ambitious review, but I've done it. Well, until then, happy Halloween.